everybody! Today I am going to be doing my April wrap-up. I believe I read 7 books this month, which I am very happy about. So let's just get started. The first book that I read was The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, which is the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia, and I read it in this big bind-up that I have. Now this was a reread for me. I'd read all of the Chronicles of Narnia years and years and years ago, so I thought it was time for a reread of the series because I couldn't remember anything that had happened when I read them the first time. So I reread The Magician's Nephew, and it didn't wow me like I thought it was going to. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but that was definitely being very generous because I just found it a bit boring and like I never wanted to pick it back up again when I was reading it. So I've decided I am not going to continue on rereading this series, but maybe sometime in the future. Next, I read Station Facade by D. Garretson. This is the first book in the Torchworld series, and I was sent this in exchange for an honest review from the author, so I'll leave a link to the review I posted if you want to learn more of my thoughts on it. But I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This was one of the first ever sci-fi books I've read besides like Star Wars novels, and I quite liked it, so I think I want to start delving into the world of sci-fi books a bit more this year. Up next, I read Yellow Brick War by Danielle Page. This is the 3rd book in the Dorothy Must Die series. Since this is the 3rd book, I can't tell you much about it, but I did give this 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read The End of Oz by Danielle Page, which is the 4th and final book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, maybe like 4.5 stars. For most of this book, I was certain I was going to give it 5 stars because I was really, really enjoying it. But then the ending happened. And it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that it seemed to wrap up a bit too nicely for me. And there are some books where I like that, and then there are other books where I think just all of the characters should have died. I don't know, hopefully that's not like a spoiler or anything. But if you've read this book, let me know in the comments what you thought of the ending. I still really, really enjoyed it though, don't get me wrong. Then I read Dorothy Must Die Stories Volume 1, which is a collection of 3 novellas from the Dorothy Must Die series. So the first one, No Place Like Oz, follows Dorothy when she... What is my cat doing? Pumpkin. So the first one, No Place Like Oz, follows Dorothy after she gets back from Oz and then how she travels back to Oz. And then of course my cat is now going to start bathing herself. Oh, how lovely. Well, you're just going to have to view that the whole time. Pumpkin, now you're licking your feet. Good heavens. Now is not the time to bathe, okay? You have to wait till I finish filming. Anyways, the next novella is The Witch Must Burn, which follows a servant in the Emerald Castle Palace. What the heck was it called? Oh, the Emerald City. I'm an idiot. And then the final one is The Wizard Returns, which speaks about how the wizard got back to Oz, sort of. Unfortunately, I only ended up giving this book 2 out of 5 stars. It was okay. It ended up following a lot of characters that I just didn't really like, so I think that's why I didn't enjoy it as much. Then I read New Moon, the graphic novel, Volume 1, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I read both of the graphic novels for Twilight last month, and I really enjoyed them. I also enjoyed this one. New Moon was definitely my least favorite book in the series because I hated the way Edward acted in it, and I just hated the fact that Edward was barely in it because I really don't like Jacob. I'm definitely Team Edward. But I have to say that this made me enjoy it a little bit more. And then the final book that I read this month was And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. If you guys watched my March wrap-up or my April TBR, you'd know that I listened to the full cast audio drama for this, so I already knew how it ended, but I wanted to still actually read the book, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book, and actually reading it and hearing the story again made me realize how kind of attached to these characters I am, because I was kind of sad to know that they were gonna die at the end. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed this, and I definitely want to pick up more Agatha Christie books in the near future. So those were all of the books that I read in April. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite book was that you read in April. Mine was probably And Then There Were None. I really enjoyed that book. And then my camera died. Very sorry about that, but I will see you all in my next video. Also, make sure to always stay till the end of my videos for hidden bloopers. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I believed. I'm doing great at this whole talking thing. Now my cat is literally cleaning her privates on camera. If this video doesn't get flagged, I'll be surprised. Pumpkin, please stop. Pumpkin. Pumpkin. My TBR video that I recently posted. Actually, I posted them at the beginning of the month. I don't know why I said that.